Chicago Fire lost one of its main stars, Jess Spencer, after he exited the show during season 10, and while losing his character was painful, the actor's next project might make up for the heartbreak. The NBC procedural drama is heading into its 13th season in late 2024 and has lost many actors and actresses over the course of its 12-year run. With any series that runs for that long, the cast is bound to change. Spencer himself was a part of the original Chicago Fire, cast as he began playing Matt Casey during the pilot episode in October 2012. Casey started as a lieutenant and the Truck 81 leader in Chicago Fire before he was promoted to captain in season 6. Throughout his time on the NBC show, Casey went through many ups and downs. He got married, divorced, and then married again. Nevertheless, it was easy to empathize with Spencer's character and love Casey from early on in Chicago Fire. As a result, Spencer's exit was painful for many, even with the actor making a few guest appearances in seasons 11 and 12. Now, Casey is seemingly gone for good, and Spencer has moved on to his next series. Jessa Spencer is set to star as Tony Bissett in Last Days of the Space Age, an Australian drama TV show that serves as the actor's first post-Chicago Fire project. According to TV Line, the Hulu Limited series takes place in Perth, Western Australia in 1979. Last Days of the Space Age's story revolves around 3 families, one of which includes Spencer's patriarchal character, living in Perth when the United States' first space station, Skylab, crashes just outside the city. Around the same time, Perth is hosting the Miss Universe pageant and a power strike unfolds. Not much is known about Spencer's character, Tony, but the actor is said to lead the ensemble cast of Last Days of the Space Age. Radha Mitchell plays Tony's wife, Juvie Bissett, in the Australian drama, while other cast members include Ian Glenn, George Mason, Vico Tai, Inns English, and Jacek Koman. Fans can learn more about Spencer's post-Chicago Fire role when all 8 episodes of Last Days of the Space Age drop on Hulu on Wednesday, October 2. Last Days of the Space Age fits with Spencer's reason for leaving Chicago Fire. Although it's still sad that Jessa Spencer is not a part of the main cast of Chicago Fire Season 13, his next project is exciting and falls in line with his goals following his exit. Spencer previously explained that he left the NBC procedural drama because he wanted to move back to Australia, where he was born and raised. So it makes sense that Spencer's first post-Chicago Fire series is Last Days of the Space Age, an Australian drama filmed in various parts of Australia. Spencer is making good on his promise following his departure from Chicago Fire, which makes Matt Casey's exit a little more bearable. The actor is starring in Australian-made projects like Last Days of the Space Age. Meanwhile, Chicago PD actor Jess Lee Soffer exited the series for a fresh start, only to return to a Dick Wolf show, FBI International, 2 years later. So at least Spencer is venturing outside the world of NBC procedural shows and Chicago Fire, and it helps that Last Days of the Space Age looks like it will be very good.